Hi everybody, this is the course of lexicology and I'm a teacher of lexicology at the Ш. Today we are going to speak about variants of English. Countries with English as a first language you can see in this diagram: USA, UK, Canada, Australia, Ireland, South Africa and New Zealand. American English. It has a number of regional accents, but on the whole, they share enough common features in pronunciation and speech patterns so that the spoken language in the USA can be clearly distinguished from the language spoken in the UK or from other varieties of spoken English. Common characteristics of regional American accents include such features as the sound or pronounced in all positions in words, for example, hard, more, first. The sound a in words like ask, last, class, demand, dance. American English pronounces them as ask, last, class, demand, dance. The sound o that sounds like a in words like hot, hot, off, rob, rub, gone, gone, etc. Northern Massachusetts, Connecticut, Vermont, New York, Michigan, Illinois, New York City areas, and North Midland, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, and Kansas. Eastern New England, Boston areas, and Virginia area, and Southern and South Midland. Drawl, lengthening, fronting, and raising vowels. For example, I, a in find, mind, oi, o in boil, oil, you in due, do, Tuesday, ow, in out, doubt, etc. All the states of the USA. Wales. Welsh English is characterized by a sing-song quality and lightly rolled R's. It has been strongly influenced by the Welsh language, although it is increasingly influenced today by Standard English due to the large number of English people vacationing and retiring there. Ing is in, h is present. Would in English has u. In Welsh English may have both u and a. Scotland. There are several layers of Scottish English. Most people today speak Standard English with little more than the changes just mentioned, plus a few particular words that they themselves view as normal English, such as to jack, to prick, and burn, brook. In rural areas, many older words and grammatical forms, as well as further phonetic variations, still survive, but are being rapidly replaced with more standard forms. But when a Scotsman or woman wants to show his pride in his heritage, he may resort to quite a few traditional variations in his speech. There are also several urban dialects, particularly in Glasgow and Edinburgh. In the Highlands, especially in Western Islands, English is often people's second language, the first being Scottish Gaelic. Highland English is pronounced in a lifting fashion with pure vowels. Scottish English uses a number of special dialect words, for example, lake, loch, mountain, ben, church, kirk, to remember, to mind, beautiful, bonny, to live, to stay, a girl, lassie, no, can, etc. And there are some grammatical peculiarities of Scottish English. For example, present tense. Often, all forms follow the third person singular. They with instead of they were. Ireland. Irish English is strongly influenced by Irish Gaelic. R after vowels is retained. Pure vowels, a rather than a, o rather than o, etc. Australian English. Australian English is predominantly British English, and especially from the London area. R's are dropped after vowels, but are often inserted between two words ending and beginning with vowels. The vowels restrict a strong Cockney influence. The long R, A tends towards R long I, so P sounds like pie to an American ear. The long I in turn tends towards O, so cry sounds like croy, etc. Like American English has absorbed numerous American Indian words, Australian English has absorbed many Aboriginal words, nulla nulla, a club, wallaby, small kangaroo, etc. New Zealand English. New Zealand English is heard by Americans as Aussie Light. The characteristics of Australian English are theirs to some degree but not as intensely. The effect for Americans is uncertainty as to whether the person is from England or Australia. One clue is that the New Zealand English sounds flatter, less modulated than either Australian or British English, and more like Western American English. The Republic of South Africa. South African English is close to received pronunciation, but often with a Dutch influence. English as spoken by Afrikaners is more clearly influenced by Dutch pronunciation. Just like Australian and American English, there are numerous words adopted from the surrounding African languages, especially for native species of animals and plants. As spoken by black South Africans for whom it is not their first language, it often reflects the pronunciation of their Bantu languages with purer vowels. For example, listen to Nelson Mandela or Bishop Tutu. I, E, as in beat is pronounced etc. Canadian English is generally similar to Northern and Western American English. The one outstanding characteristic is called Canadian rising. I and ow become O and O, respectively. Americans can listen to the newscaster Peter Jennison's for these sounds. One unusual characteristic found in much Canadian casual speech is the use of sentence final hair, even in declarative sentences. Most Canadians retain R's after vowels, but in the Maritimes they drop their R's just like their New England neighbors to the south. Thank you for your attention.